On this episode of The Outsiders Club, Chase and Brandon are in Myakka River State Park.
You haven't been camping unless you got a fire.
Camping in hammocks.
This can't be right.
Would that be called camping? I just made up a new word. Anyway, then Brianna swims with the sharks?
That was so cool.
That can't be right. Brianna, what were you thinking?
You weren't too scared? No.
And then Daja dials in on her sailing skills. I just don't want to flip the boat upside down.
There's this thing called capsizing where the boat flips over and you're in the water. No, it's illegal.
All of this coming at you on The Outsiders Club.
Come on, let's go outside. We're gonna have some fun outside. It's where we are, it's who we are. It's the Outsiders Club.
Wow, this spot is all us?
Yep, my dad's camping right over there, and this spot is all ours.
Sweet. Hey, welcome to the Outsiders Club. I'm Chase, and that's Brandon.
Hey, the hair. Today we're camping in Myakka River State Park. Chase and I will be giving you a few helpful camping tips and checking out this very cool state park.
All right, let's set up camp.
Hey, whoa, wait. I need to tell them about the park first.
All right, tell them.
Myakka River State Park is one of Florida's largest state parks, and it's full of wildlife, including alligators. Wow, yeah, it's got gators. When the water is low in the Myakka River, you can see gators lined up all along the shore. Let's just say this is a no swimming area for sure, and just to be safe, they're best seen from a distance. Besides watching gators, this park has some epic TTDs. You can go camping, you can walk along the trails and canopy boardwalk, or take a ride on the largest airboat in the world to explore the upper Myakka Lake. This park almost feels like another world, with its old trees, wild sounds, and large river monsters. It's like taking a step back in time.
Oh, don't take a step back now. There's a fire right behind you.
Whoa, you got that going quickly.
Yeah, while you were blabbing about the park, I've been setting up our camp. And I see your dad's tent, but I don't see ours.
Oh, there will be no tent.
Then where are we gonna sleep?
High in the trees with wild animals crawling on our faces.
In the trees? What are you talking about?
Basically, we're sleeping in hammocks.
Oh, I can do a hammock. That sounds cool. What was within the trees and animals on our faces?
I was just trying to freak you out.
That didn't freak me out. But you know what does freak me out? Sharks. Brianna's getting a close encounter with those things, so go check it out.
You know, living here in Florida, we hear a lot about sharks. Well, today I'm at the Florida Aquarium. We'll be learning even more fascinating facts about these creatures. I'll even be getting in the water for a shark encounter. Caroline?
Hi, Brianna.
Yeah.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
You ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. My name is Caroline Cabral, and I'm a biologist here at the Florida Aquarium. So today we're gonna have Brianna coming from the Outsiders Club. We're gonna have a really fun day for her with lots of different animals, and we're gonna get her wet from head to toe. To warm her up a little bit, we've got our stingray touch tank. We've got our no-bone zone full of anemones and shrimp and all sorts of fun starfish. It's gonna be really exciting. We've got a couple of different species of stingrays in here. This is a blue spotted ray right here. He's absolutely beautiful. We've got the southern stingrays. Now, the best way to get these stingrays to come up to you when you're at any touch tank is really stick your hand in the water, good ways, and then stay perfectly still. So a lot of times, here we go. That was a great example.
I just put a stingray.
Do you feel how that's kind of sticky?
Yeah.
Now it's sticky because they're actually stinging you.
Oh.
Yeah, right? A little shocking. Because your skin is a lot thicker than like a small fish, to you it just feels a little sticky, but to a small fish, that wouldn't be so comfortable. So these fish here, they're called look downs. Can you guess why we call them look downs?
Does their eyes look down?
Kind of. It looks, because their faces are flat like that, it looks like they're always looking down.
This is my first time being to the Florida Aquarium, and it is so big. I don't know how they manage to keep up with all of the fishes and wildlife. and it's so pretty.
So if we want to look over here, this is Cletus. Cletus is by far one of the coolest fish that we have here. We're gonna meet our Goliath grouper Cletus. He's a 300-pound whopper. He's huge, he's about 28 years old. Cletus here has a really big personality. When our divers get in here to work with him, they'll take their reg and they'll blow bubbles underneath his chin, and he'll just kind of open his mouth and let them tickle him. It's really fun. We can also pick up sand and sprinkle it on top of him, and he'll just kind of roll around in it. So yeah. Now this is just the beginning for Brianna. We're gonna start with some pretty small touchable animals like our bamboo sharks, but then we're gonna get bigger and bigger. Now these guys are kind of an in-between texture. So you've got that like a little bit of soft, a little bit of not soft. We're gonna go meet Charlie. Charlie's our nurse shark. He's a cute little guy. We're going to head down into the water with him. We're gonna get wet, which is why we're wearing these fashionable outfits. And we're going to have some fun.
All right, you excited? Yeah. All right, so just a few quick things before we head in. Charlie is a shark. We do this every day, so there's no need to be nervous, but we are gonna go over a few safety things. While the shark is swimming around, we are gonna wanna keep our hands and elbows up here out of the water. And then when the biologists tell us that it is okay to touch, that is when we're gonna be able to put our hands in the water. You excited? Yeah. All right, let's go. I have never, ever touched a shark before. So touching Charlie, it was kind of scary, but he's so sweet, and his stomach was really soft and fluffy, and the top of him was really pretty. He was like a blue and gray, kind of hard texture. I've never thought, knowing me, that I would ever have a shark in my lap before, but I definitely do it again now. That was so cool.
I know, it's even fun for me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was definitely behind the scenes.
They've got a really sandpaper-like texture,
so
right? Yeah, he was. So we want to make sure we keep a close eye on him, make sure that he's happy and healthy. It's something that, it's fun for our guests, it's fun for the animal, and it's really helpful for us, to keep an eye on him every day. All right, let's get out of these funny outfits. All right. He's about, a little over 4 feet, nurse shark, but she's about to meet some of our bigger friends. You're about to find out. She's going to get into a tank right now with an over 10-foot sand tiger shark, and I'm excited to see how she's going to react to it.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Spencer.
Brianna.
Brianna.
Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. Well, I'm one of the professional divers here at the Florida Aquarium, and I will be looking after you through your swim with the sharks. Hold your breath. Perfect fit. So if you keep holding your mask. Brianna? Excellent.
I see a lot of sharks on TV. I never imagined myself actually being in water with them before.
So are you nervous or excited?
I'm more excited than nervous.
Good, good.
I was looking at Brianna, she was looking a little nervous, she wasn't, quite sure what to do, but she really got into it. I was really surprised how, head first she dove in.
The first time we went under the water, it was kind of scary. It was cold, and all you saw was like a lot of pretty colors, and before I knew it, we had fish swarming all around us. It was so cool. And next thing I know, we're going onto the other side, and I looked down, and all I saw were big sharks, like 10 feet long sharks and other bigger fish swimming around us.
Herself. The look on her face was priceless when she saw that big shark right in front of us as soon as we got out there. It's pretty amazing when you get in there, the way that the fish feel so comfortable just coming right up to you. You got the eels down there that were wiggling around way down. We saw the turtle in there, the stingrays, but I think even the smaller fish, the really, really colorful ones, they really bring out the pop of color in there, and they're really fascinating. So it's really amazing when you can see them right there in front of you.
So how was that?
Great.
Very good.
That was so
Can I give you that back?
Oh my gosh, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, what do you really think?
That was so cool.
You weren't too scared?
No. I got used to it.
This is an absolutely unique experience to just get in there and be part of their habitat.
If you think you ever want to try something new, I definitely recommend you go swim with the sharks.
Don't go away. Check out what's coming up.
I just don't want to flip the boat upside down.
There's this thing called capsizing where the boat flips over and you're in the water. Nah, you'll be fine, you'll be fine.
How often does that happen?
About 5 times a day.
Holy cow.
All right, there you go. You're all set.
Can I jump in?
Sure, jump on in.
All right, here it goes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jeez, what are you doing, man? Okay, put your leg
This
up
can't
there.
be right. It's like, this is more of a cocoon than a hammock. I can't sleep like this.
You'll be fine. You'll get used to it. Florida state parks have many ways for you to get outside and go camping. From primitive sites where it's just you and your gear to sites that have water and power for RVs. And don't forget, they also have cabins. The cabins here at Myakka River State Park are really cool. They were built back in the 1930s and are made out of native cabbage palm trees. So yeah, they're palm log cabins. These cabins have bathrooms, a small kitchen, and can sleep up to 6.
Oh, that is not set up right.
You're right. We're gonna have to find you trees that are farther apart.
Yeah.
But first, let's go over the 3 main areas of our campsite.
Good idea. We have our cooking area, our sleeping area, and our fire area.
And you're gonna wanna keep these areas separated.
First is our cooking area. Down here is your cooler, and up here is where your food and cooking supplies is.
Here's a tip. You'll wanna make sure you have a light source high above your cooking area so you can see when you cook at night. You'll wanna make sure you have this set up before it gets dark. Next is our fire area. To make a quick and easy fire, we'll use a starter log. Some may call this cheating, but hey, it works and it's super easy. A few things to keep in mind. You'll want to purchase firewood from the state park and only build fires in the fire rings in your campsite. Lastly is our sleeping area. Now, usually we'd have a tent, but instead we're using a hammock.
This is more of a cocoon than a hammock.
You want to keep your sleeping area away from your fire area. A few other tips to keep in mind. You want to keep your food stored in a safe place. Most parks have animals that want your food, and we don't want to feed the wildlife.
And make sure you arrive here early enough to set up your entire campsite before dark. Believe me, you do not want to be reading tent instructions in the middle of the night. That reminds me, do we have the instructions for these hammocks?
Oh, I think I threw those in the fire.
Check out what's coming up.
And that's how you rig a sailboat.
Alrighty, so what's next?
Let's go sailing.
But I think I'll be okay. Hannah's a good teacher. Whoa, look at the stingray, look at the stingray. There's always been something about sailing that excites me, but I'm not sure what it is. Today I found someone who's gonna teach me, so come on, let's go. Hey guys, this is Hannah Shepard. She's 15 years old and she's been sailing for 5 years. So Hannah, how did you first get involved into sailing?
Well, my dad signed me up for a summer camp, and at first I was kind of iffy about it, but once I started sailing, I really enjoyed it.
Have you ever been in any sailing competitions?
They're actually called regattas.
That sounds a lot like cheese.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite type of cheese?
It is ricotta. I love
Ricotta?
it.
I'm more of a provolone type of gal. So have you won any races?
I have actually. I did a regatta about a month ago, and I won every single race, and I won the regatta. So.
Congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you.
How would you say your first experience was by yourself?
It was a little scary at first, but once I got out there, I really got into it, and it just became really fun.
So Hannah, this is my first time sailing. Can you show me how to rig a sailboat?
Of course.
All right, let's do it. Getting a sailboat ready isn't so hard. We just need to put a couple of things together, like the mainsail on the mast, which is the upright post that holds the sail. Then comes the boom, which is the bottom of the sail. That's the one you have to look out for. Hannah will explain why later.
And that's how you rig a sailboat.
Alrighty, so what's next?
Let's go sailing.
Cool. It's really important to wear life jackets at all times, even if you are a really good swimmer. Wetsuits are great because you will get wet, and with the water and wind, you can get a little chilly out there, even on the hottest days.
All right, Hannah, so we're doing it.
We're doing it.
We're getting wet.
Just a little.
All right, ready?
Yeah, you might want to take off your glasses first.
Okay.
Oh, God. Whoa, look at the stingray. Look at the stingray.
Hannah, I knew I wanted to come sailing, but I had no idea it was this fun. So what different suggestions you can give me to have the best time?
The first one I would give you is every day is opposite day.
Okay.
So right is left and left is right. The second one I would give you is to never go straight into the wind.
Okay.
And then a third one would be always be ready to dock.
This is it, guys. I'm going sailing.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous.
I think I'm gonna flip the boat upside down.
There's this thing called capsizing where the boat flips over and you're in the water and you actually have to tip the boat back over. You'll be fine, you'll be fine.
How often does that happen?
About 5 times a day.
Holy cow. But I think I'll be okay. Hannah's a good teacher. We got the 3 easy tips. How hard could it be, right?
I think you can do this. You ready?
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
So much stuff is happening. Hannah!
I thought I was gonna tip over. I didn't tip over. We did good. It was so much fun. Now I know why Hannah does this all the time. I mean, it's like a rush. You're out there by yourself. You feel the wind in your hair and the salt in your teeth. What's better than that? If you've never done sailing before, you've got to try this. So, sailing is a sport that takes a lot of energy, and one of Hannah's favorite snacks are granola bars. What you put in your body is important, so make sure you choose nutritious and healthy things that'll keep you going all day long. Where's it going? All right, Hannah, I think I finally understand why I love sailing so much. I mean, every kid gets to come out here and you are in charge. You get to decide how long. You get to decide if you want to go left or right, straight or circle. You have so much freedom.
Yeah, I can control how fast I go, where I go. It's great. I do whatever I want.
And there's not many things that you can actually do where you have so much freedom and so much control at the same time.
There really isn't. Like, you're the captain of your own ship, literally.
That's really cool.
Yeah, sailing is just the best.
So is this the best way to learn how to sail?
I definitely say so. I mean, you could sit at home and watch YouTube videos, but it's just not the same. You have to get your feet wet.
Literally.
So look around. What don't you see?
What?
Parents.
Yeah, you're right. Dude, that's so much freedom.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
Let's go to the Bahamas.
So next time you're out by an ocean, lake, or bay, look out at the horizon and see if you can find anyone sailing. Or better yet, try it sometime. Sailing is fun, easy, and not so scary. I can't wait to go back in the water and be my own captain again. Hope to see you out there soon.
Check this out. Want to spend time camping with the club or team? Then check out the many group camps found in Florida State Parks. And remember, keep it outside.
Hey, check this out. Florida State Parks are the best way to get outside and see the real Florida. There's no better experience than camping with family or friends. So book your adventure today, because sites book up quickly, and remember, keep it outside.
Well, we got our hammock situation figured out, and our campsite is all dialed in. So now it's time to explore the rest of Myakka.
Yeah, that's the fun part of camping. You get to explore all the park has to offer.
Yeah, we're gonna go fishing and try and catch a few fish.
Well, that's all the time we have, but we hope you learned something.
And wow, I can't believe Brianna swam with those sharks.
Yeah, man, I don't think I could do that. Well, be sure to check us out at theoutsidersclub.com. And remember,
Keep it outside.
Oh, come on, man. You don't know where the heck we are. We're lost.
No, it's this way. It's this way.
You sure?
Come on, Brandon.
Come on, Chase.
I'll fish this way. I know it's this way now.
We're going in circles,
No,
Chase.
we're not.
Now we're gonna have to call 911.